Anybody? How am I going to find a job? How am I going to get through college? How am I going to do all these things? Anybody thinking those thoughts? Okay? I'm going to share a story with you. I've written 2 books, but the first book I wrote, I had the idea to write the book for 6 years. Okay? And every time I would sit down to write the book, guess what would happen? I would get mentally paralyzed because I would think about how in the world am I going to do this? I've never written a book before. I don't know any other authors. I don't know how to find a publisher. I don't know how to find an editor. I don't know how to find somebody to design the cover. There are so many things I didn't know. At least 100 things. So every time I would sit down to write this book, guess what would happen? I would start, and I would go, you know what? I can't do this. And I would stop. Have you guys had that experience before? Or something that you want to do, and you start, and then you stop because of frustration, because of whatever, because you think, how in the world am I going to complete this paper on time? How am I going to complete this class? I was like that in statistics. Struggled through that class. How in the world am I going to get through this class? And so one day, this is a picture of my daughter. It was Halloween 2006. I was in my office and I was working on this book. I was dabbling and I was really not doing much of anything, so I was worried about how am I going to do it. It's knocking on my door, and it's my daughter. At that point, she was 5 years old. And I look up and I see this image. And immediately, my mind went to these 2 images. The day she was born till now. And I thought to myself, I've been thinking about this book since before she was born. And here I am, 5 years later, still thinking about this book. And immediately, my mindset shifted. And this is critically important for you guys to understand. My mindset shifted from how I was going to write the book to why I was writing the book. It went from how am I going to write this book to why am I writing this book. And that's all about purpose.